Welcome to ABC Interactive English. I'm your host, Nina.
And I'm Matt. And today we are talking about enjoying dance.
Yes.
And we're actually talking about a dialogue where people are getting ready for some kind of competition or performance.
Ooh.
So Nina, have you ever entered a dance competition or had to do like a dance performance?
Well, in university, I actually joined a dancing club and it was ballroom dancing. So I had to learn waltz and I think tango and another type of dance that I don't remember, but it was a lot of fun. And at the end of the course, I had to take a test. So obviously show all the things that I learned.
Wow, that's a lot of pressure to prove that you can dance in front of people.
Yeah.
So how did you do on the test?
I'm pretty sure I aced it. I think I did one of the best in the group.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so you're almost a professional dancer now.
Well, I wouldn't say that, but I do definitely enjoy dancing.
Okay, well that's great, and you have the credentials, or you can prove it because you've passed a dance class.
Yeah, maybe I can teach you a move or two.
Well, I could probably use that. Okay, we're going to look at a dialogue today, which is two people getting ready for a dance contest, and it's called Enjoying Dance Part B.
Okay.
Alvin and Joyce are practicing their dance.
Our salsa routine is really coming along.
It's good for a couple of beginners. However, I want to do something that makes us stand out.
We could add a tap or a kick as that final move.
Hello, today we are looking at part B of Enjoying Dance. Last time we learned a little bit about some dance classes that people are taking, but now we're going to look at some other kinds of dance in today's dialogue.
Okay, so in today's dialogue, Alvin and Joyce are practicing their dance. Usually when you're practicing something, you want to get good at it, right? Okay, so I'm guessing they have something coming up as to why they're practicing,
Something to prepare for.
Exactly.
All right, so I'll read for Alvin, and Nina, you can read for Joyce.
Okay.
All right, so Alvin says, our salsa routine is really coming along.
Okay.
All right, so salsa is one kind of dance, and salsa is a Latin dance.
Yeah.
So many places in Central and South America do salsa dance, and salsa music is very popular all around the world, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, and they said their salsa routine is really coming along. So a routine is a series of steps that are usually followed in order so that you can do something. So I might say I have a morning routine, which is to first do some exercise and then eat breakfast and then brush my teeth. That's my morning routine. I follow those steps before I'm ready for the day.
And usually it repeats, right?
That's right. So I would do that every day.
Okay.
But in the case of a dance routine like this salsa routine, it's the series of movements that are followed in the dance. So they're going to remember these steps or the movements that they're going to do to have a dance routine, and they're going to perform it together.
And it said that it is really coming along. When you say something is coming along, that means it's going well or closer to what you want it to be, right?
That's right.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Tina. 我们来看一下刚刚对话里提到的单字跟文法重点。首先来看看单字的部分。第一个 routine 名词，一套舞步或动作。Henry learned a new dance routine. Henry 学了一套新的舞步。我们再来看一下文法重点。刚刚对话提到了 come along 进展顺利。我们来看看这个例句。The event is coming along great. 活动进展得很顺利。那我们接着回到课文当中。
Okay, and Joyce says, it's good for a couple of beginners. However, I want to do something that makes us stand out. Okay, so she wants to stand out. And when you stand out, it means to be different or noticeable. So for example, her bright dress made her stand out in the crowd because maybe everyone else was wearing not so bright colors, so she was standing out.
Okay, and now Alvin continues, we could add a tap or a kick as a final move. So Alvin is suggesting some moves that could finish off their routine. And he's suggesting a tap or a kick. So things that you could do with your feet.
Okay.
So a tap would just be to hit the floor lightly with your foot to make a sound. Whereas a kick is when you strike out with your leg or your foot. And in this case, you're probably not hitting anything. If you're just doing a kick, you're just putting your leg into the air and making making a fast movement with your leg. So you might also have a kick in a soccer game, for example. If there is a foul on the field, the ref will give a free kick, which lets the player kick the ball for free.
Okay, and they wanted it as the final move, or he was suggesting it as the final move. And final means the last or ending part. So for example, we are preparing for the final exam.
刚刚对话有提到两个单字，第一个 kick 名词踢。Tom gave the ball a strong kick. Tom 用力踢了那颗球。下一个单字 final 形容词最后的。The final chapter is very exciting. 最后一章非常激动人心。文法的部分刚刚提到了这个短语 stand out 脱颖而出。我们来看看这个例句。Billy's performance really stood out in the competition. Billy 在比赛中的表现相当出众。Performance 指的是表现 ，competition 指的是比赛。那我们接着回到课文当中。
All right, so they look like they're getting done with their routine. They just need to choose the ending of it now, and they seem like they're almost ready for whatever it is that they're preparing for.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that, salsa is a cool kind of dance. So it would be nice to be able to see actually what kind of moves they're making and how good this performance is really going to be.
Yeah, and hopefully the last part will be make or break for them.
That's right. All right. Well, we'll find out more about the routine when we come back after this break.
No, I don't want to take moves from tap or jazz dance.
Then what did you have in mind?
I want to add a double spin. It's a slightly harder salsa move.
Just thinking about it makes me dizzy. But it might score more points for us.
That's what I'm hoping.
Welcome back. Before the break, we had Alvin and Joyce practicing their salsa routine. And it was coming along nicely, so it was going well for them. And Alvin then suggested that maybe they could end their routine with a tap or a kick as their final move.
Okay, so Joyce responds, no, I don't want to take moves from tap or jazz dance. Okay, so I guess tap would be from tap dance and the kick would be from jazz dance. And she wants to keep it as authentic as possible for salsa, right? So she's not crazy about the idea.
So Alvin says, then what did you have in mind?
Okay.
So this question, what did you have in mind, is a way of just asking, what do you think we should do? Or what were you already thinking we should do? So Alvin is suggesting that maybe Joyce had already thought of something that she would prefer to do instead of the tap or the kick.
Okay, so let's see if she has an idea. She says, I want to add a double spin. It's a slightly harder salsa move. Okay, so a double spin. What's double?
Okay, double is an adjective, and double means two of something or twice the amount of something. So a double spin in this case would mean spinning 2 times.
Okay.
There's lots of ways to use double. You have like a double bed is a bed for 2 people. Or if you order a hamburger with double the meat, you might get 2 pieces of meat on your hamburger. So double usually means 2 of something or at least twice the amount of something.
Okay, and she wanted to do a double spin. So a spin is a quick turn or rotation. So spin, 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 spin. Obviously a lot faster than that.
So that was a single spin.
I'm not going to do a double spin. So for example, the dancer did a beautiful spin on the stage.
刚刚对话有提到这2个单字，第一个 double 形容词2次的双倍的。Judy did a double kick in the karate class. Judy 在空手道课上做了双连踢。Karate 就是空手道。下一个单字 spin 名词旋转。Mike did a quick spin on the dance floor. Mike 在舞池上做了一个快速的旋转。那我们接着回到课文当中。
Alvin responds, just thinking about it makes me dizzy, but it might score more points for us.
Okay, so just thinking about the double spin makes him dizzy. But yeah, he could get extra points and that would help the competition.
So for him, just the idea of doing this is already making him have some feelings. So now, and also now we know that they're definitely getting ready for a competition because he said it might score more points for us.
Indeed.
All right, so he's worried about being dizzy. So dizzy is an adjective, and dizzy means when you have no balance or you feel uneasy, usually because you are either sick or maybe you've just been spinning, or some people get very dizzy when they are in the back of a car.
Yeah.
And yeah, or a lot of people get dizzy on ships. And we actually call that seasickness when you get dizzy on a ship.
Yeah, but it's interesting that he would feel dizzy when he doesn't have to do the spin.
Maybe, well, I don't know what kind of spin. Yeah, you would think usually.
Yeah, it's the girl that does the spin.
Usually
right?
in these kinds of dances, the man or the boy will spin the woman, and so he shouldn't have to spin, you would think.
Yeah.
刚刚对话有提到这个单字 dizzy 形容词头晕的。I feel dizzy after the long ride. 长时间的车程让我感到头晕。文法的部分呢，刚刚提到了这个短语 score a point 得1分。Score 在这里是动词，意思是使得分。Point 是可数名词，意思是得分、分数。我们来看看这个例句。Kevin didn't score any points in the game. Kevin 在比赛中没有得到任何1分。以上是今天的讲解，同学们要记得复习哦。
Anyways, Joy says, that's what I'm hoping. So she's hoping that the extra spins will score more points for them.
Right, so she's not saying she's hoping that he will be dizzy.
No.
But she is hoping that they will get more points because, of course, they want to win that competition.
All right, well, I hope it all turns out great for them.
Alvin and Joyce are practicing their dance.
Our salsa routine is really coming along.
It's good for a couple of beginners. However, I want to do something that makes us stand out.
We could add a tap or a kick as that final move.
No, I don't want to take moves from tap or jazz dance.
Then what did you have in mind?
I want to add a double spin. It's a slightly harder salsa move.
Just thinking about it makes me dizzy. but it might score more points for us.
That's what I'm hoping.
"我们来复习一下这一课的重点单字跟文法。单字的部分 ，kick 名词踢 ，final 形容词最后的 ，double 形容词两次的双倍的 ，dizzy 形容词头晕的 ，routine 名词一套舞步或动作 ，spin 名词旋转。接着我们来看文法的部分 ，come along 进展顺利。The project is coming along nicely. 该计划进展得非常顺利。Stand out 脱颖而出。One speech really stood out to the judges. 评审们觉得有一段演说特别出众。Score a point 得一分。Gary scored 25 points in the basketball game. Gary 在那场篮球比赛中拿下25分。好啦，以上是今天的重点单字跟文法，那我们下一次再见喽，拜拜。
Oh, I'm so bored. Where's Winnie?
Bored, you say? I have just the thing for you. It's time to play some badminton.
Play badminton. Do you see a court or a net, Winnie?
Silly Kiki. You don't need a net or a court to play badminton. You can also practice the skills for badminton.
Oh, like your different serves or different hand strokes?
Yeah. Okay, so enough chat. Let's go. Let's go.
In badminton, you need a badminton racket as well as a birdie or a shuttlecock.
This is a backhand. This is an overhand. Well, now you know you don't need a net or a court to play some badminton.
That's right. But don't forget to follow us on our Instagram. And also, if you want to know how to say something in English, you can DM us or email us. Winnie, anything else?
See you on the next one.
Kiwi later.